What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP, and this is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. What's up, everybody? What's going on? We're already through the middle of October, bro.
Yeah. Damn.
Spooky season's almost over.
It's almost over.
You're almost out of the woods with
the horror show.
all the horror stuff. My boy has not been able to sleep. I hear him in the room.
It's been fucking me up, bro. Nightmare on Elm Street. Fucking Saw. It's all bad.
You're gonna leave out Michael Myers like that?
Michael Myers, that's true.
The
I totally forgot about Michael.
The disrespect. Put some respect on my
To
man's
be
name.
fair, I've had a lot more fun with the Saw franchise than I did with the Halloween franchise.
The kills are obviously very, very
Well, yeah, but like plot too, like the longevity. I think even considering that like Halloween is supposed to like be like a continuation each movie.
Yeah.
Saw's continuation flows a little better.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Like it's like piece by piece by piece.
Yeah.
Like it actually.
And they try to do that with Michael Myers movies, and then they lose you obviously along the way. But you know
the Thorn, whatever.
Thorn, the spirit of Thorn.
The dude in black.
The dude in black, yeah.
Killing off the sister before...
Randomly making the dude in black the same therapist dude who was his colleague from the first one. Like
Michael doing his niece. Anyways, move.
Yeah.
But with that, Josh, before we get into these topics, start diving deep into everything, news, film, Hollywood, all that good stuff, you want to let them know where they can talk to us, catch a live once in a while, support us in a big way, all that good stuff.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up. You hit us up there for any news or movies you want us to cover. Listen to us anywhere you get your podcast at FilmBros Podcast, at Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, things like that. We're on a bunch of sites. Check us out. Support us in a big way. Buzzsprout, link is in those bios of the socials I just gave you. Shout outs to those who do subscribe and help us grow. And you get special perks on the side, so why not? Again, Buzzsprout, link is in those bios. Subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcasts. Catch a live stream every Saturday and throughout the week. Be a part of the conversation at FilmBros Podcast on Twitch.
Yes, all that good stuff. We want to talk to you guys, and you guys want to catch a live. You want to catch a live. It's gonna be great. We got big stuff planned. It's gonna be coming through. It's gonna be great. With that being said, Josh, I want to talk about the SAG After Strike.
Oh boy,
it's still going on. Apparently, studios are coming back to the table. They basically played chicken and they called their bluff, and now the studios are like, oh well, we actually really do need these people, so they're going to be coming back to conversate. I'm not saying that it's looking 100% up and up, but I'm saying that things are kind of, at least they're having conversations. That's at least the bare minimum we can ask for. But like I told you in the last episode as well, of course, everybody's going to follow suit. Deadpool 3 already got delayed. Thunderbolts is getting delayed.
Yep.
Secret Wars. All these Marvel movies were like, well, things are going to have to follow suit, right?
Yeah.
We have a list now of all the things that are going to be delayed as of, October 23rd. So we got all 3 Avatar sequels being delayed. Avatar 3, 4, and 5 all being delayed. I guess they were in the middle of shooting Avatar 3 when SAG Strike decided to halt all that shit, which is crazy because it was supposed to be this year and next year that they were supposed to come out, and apparently it's not going to happen. That's a fever dream. Challengers, we already knew about that. That got pushed back. Yeah. That's Zendaya's first threesome, I guess. Dirty Dancing, a Dirty Dancing sequel. We've talked about this. We knew this was in the works, but sadly, production had to be halted.
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon? Patrick Swayze.
Oh, Patrick Swayze.
No, he's R.I.P.
Damn.
Yeah. He's
Damn.
not making any movies anytime soon.
Well, down.
Sorry. Drive Away Dolls is another movie. It seems as Tricia's Cooks Drive Away Dolls. That's going to be another one that's going to be pushed back. Apparently, this movie was announced back in 2007 and took years to even get to where it's at now, and it's still being delayed because of the SAG After Strike.
Imagine the writer and directors are just like, damn.
you know what? And that just kind of tells you like how much like shit goes into limbo because the Flash movie, there was supposed to be a Cyborg movie that just quietly got swept under the rug. Star Wars, all that stuff. Like one point it gets pitched, you have a script, everything's ready to go, and it just takes years. It goes into this like limbo, and eventually when it gets spit out, you remember that one movie? You probably never really cared for it, but it's this Eddie Murphy movie. It's with his daughter or something like that. It came out with from 20th Century Fox. I don't know if you ever heard.
His daughter?
Yeah, it's like where he can't tell lies or something like that.
Wait. No. The one where he can't talk?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The one with the tree.
Is that what that one?
He can't talk, and the tree, because the tree is like
1,000 words.
Yeah.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, with the tree.
So that one, apparently, the studio had no faith in it. It was shot and everything. It was ready to go. They had no faith in it. It seemed like the biggest bomb that they ever recorded for whatever reason. They held on to that movie for 5 years. For 5 years, a perfectly shot movie that was able to be released at any time. They held it for 5 years. Dumped it in one of the busiest times because they were just like, we just want to make something out of this. We're not going to make top dollar. They did that, and basically Eddie Murphy's career was kind of like, what the fuck? You know, why'd you do that to me?
Yeah.
But movie studios, they're so weird.
I watched that movie for free on YouTube. It's free on YouTube.
I paid for that shit, bro. I went to the movie theater for that.
Yeah.
I forgot for what. I don't know why I went to the movie theater for that. It probably was some like chick or whatever. I probably didn't watch it. But either which way, like I went to that movie. I paid for it, and it just, I don't even remember it.
I remember it.
No.
I've seen it. I think it's decent. I don't think it's too bad.
No. Well, apparently they didn't have faith in it. Either which way, we know Doom Part 2 wound up getting pushed back already.
Goddamn.
Ghostbusters Firehouse is getting pushed back as well. That's the sequel to Afterlife with Paul Rudd. I'm hurt about that one. I actually enjoyed that one.
After that was good.
It would have been nice to see where they come up next. The Karate Kid. We did talk about Jackie Chan coming back. Jaden Smith is not coming back, which... Why bring back Jackie Chan if they're not going to bring back Jaden Smith?
Teach another person?
Yeah.
It's going to be weird.
It's going to be like a reboot with Jackie Chan again. They're like, oh, what's another like well-known, good acting Asian? And it's like, Jackie Chan is still there, you know? But it's like, you already used them.
Because it's weird, because, I mean, even in the OG Karate Kids, when you see Miyagi teach that chick, you're like, what the fuck is this?
But that was like organic. That meant like, you know, he already went through his students kind of thing. So by the time he got to her, it made sense. This one is like, no, we're redoing the story again, but we're just bringing back Jackie Chan. It's what James Gunn is doing with the DCU and bringing back Amanda Waller, Peacemaker, and all that. It's like, oh yeah, it's a reboot, but kind of not really. It's like,
I mean, what if they're just like, well, yeah, this kid is already up, and you know.
Why don't we just show Jaden losing his way? Pull up some pictures of him when he shaved his head bald, fucking dyed his eyebrows, did all that shit. Like, show them going through some rough times.
Jackie Chan is just like, what the fuck, bro?
What you do to yourself, man? And he's just like leans crazy. Or, you know, being the child of a weird...
Failing actor.
Well, Will Smith's not a failing actor.
I haven't seen him in anything since
Emancipation came out. I heard that.
Emancipation, that's about it. After an egregious attack on the Oscars and live television, and his wife slandering him, my man is in a downward spiral.
And you saw that video he put up?
No.
Where he was like, we're going to talk about everything going online, but first, hold on. And then, like, he goes for a sneeze, and he trolls everybody. He just, like, blasts off into space for some reason. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah,
it sounds weird as fuck.
Yeah, I'll show it to you later. It's a trip.
That sounds like a trip. But, yeah, no. The Karate Kid, I'm not really was looking forward to that one. Avatar. The Avatar sequel is getting pushed back. Kind of hurts. Dune being pushed back sucks. Damn. A lot of these movies, bro, just get back into the meeting room, goddammit. It's not that hard to be your people. But I'm sure it's because of that 2%. Which is going to be a big talking point for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be an issue. Kraven the Hunter is also getting pushed back.
That was supposed to come out this year.
Nobody cares.
What?
Nobody cares about. Poor Things with Emma Stone. That one's going to get pushed back as well. A24's Problemista is going to get pushed back as well.
Insane.
Yeah, it's supposed to be... it doesn't have a plot thing anywhere, but Problemista. No trailer either. Beyond the Spider-Verse, we already knew that one was struggling. Everybody said it was supposed to come out next year in March.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the producers before the strike even happened were like, "Oh,
that's not gonna happen."
Oh, slow your roll. We gotta pay the 13-year-old who did the Lego shit at first. So either which way, we knew that wasn't gonna happen. But apparently, it's probably gonna hurt it even more because, I mean, Haley Steinfeld, right? What's her name?
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, that she even came out saying that she recorded 0 lines for the sequel. So they haven't even started voice recording. Like, yeah, all they need is the animation, really. Yeah, but like, they still need people to go in the booth and do the voice work. So if that hasn't even happened, the SAG strike is most definitely gonna stop this movie from happening
for sure.
That's a problem. Whitebird is also getting pushed back. Not sure what that is, but it's getting pushed back. Gladiator 2 getting pushed back. Venom 3, we already know that one's gonna be going. Apparently, American Dad and Family Guy both season 20 whatever, they're already fucking in season 100. They're never gonna die for some reason. Those are getting pushed back as well. Damn. Obviously because of the SAG strike. We did see Gordon Ramsay's back already.
He is,
we seen him on the TV screens. I told you that they were gonna start recording and they were gonna pump that show out immediately, and sure enough, when did we report on this? Like about 3 months ago. It fucking happens.
Yeah,
man. It just happens so quick.
Back, yeah.
What,
updated camera work and everything.
It looks good. I might tune in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. SAG is just,
It's all on Hulu.
It's Gordon Ramsay, bro.
And he doesn't. I mean, he's not really an actor.
Yeah, he's just there to cook.
He's a cook.
He's just there to cook.
And reality TV is written by people, so
it's not written by people,
quote unquote, not written by people.
Yeah, spontaneous stuff.
Apparently,
supposedly.
Yeah. Same with the bar one. I don't know. I don't know if they're that scripted or not. I know we've talked about it before, but I don't know if I believe they're fully unscripted. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, a lot of these things suck. I know solidarity and things like that, but damn, as a fan, I kind of just want my stuff, but I also understand that they need fair pay.
That's obviously where the problem comes in. The fans are already starting to implode on themselves because SAG-AFTRA even went a step further and decided to put guidelines on Halloween on what actors can wear and cannot wear.
Goddamn.
So apparently they cannot be, and these are the guidelines from SAG-AFTRA, to celebrate Halloween this year while also staying in solidarity with the strike. That means the union members can hang up their Oppenheimer pork pie hats and put away their Barbie pink costumes, choose costumes inspired by generalized characters and figures, ghosts, zombies, spiders, ectic. The Actors Union recommended. They said, don't post photos of costumes inspired by struck content to social media, as to not give studios any additional publicity, as SAG-AFTRA fights for a better contract with the AMPTP. Striking actors are prohibited from doing press from struck shows and films. The post encourages members to dress up as characters from non-struck content like animated TV shows. SAG-AFTRA are also presumably inbounds, which means members can safely dress up as Jacob Elordi Elvis from A24's strike-proof Priscilla, but not Austin Butler's King of Rock and Roll. So, I mean, you could...
How can you tell the difference?
I mean, I guess the way they dress.
I mean, that's a little far, but at the same time, like, if I'm an actor or whatever, and my kid wants to be Michael Myers, I'm not gonna stop them from being Michael Myers. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, sure, me as the professional and in that line of work, I can understand me not dressing up. Granted, if you're an adult and unless you're dressing up with your family and doing like a whole aesthetic, sure, be Shaggy or Fred, whatever, but maybe you shouldn't be dressing up in general then, you know what I mean? And then just let your kids be whatever, but I'm not gonna end up stopping my kid from being Harley Quinn or the Barbie or, Michael Myers, people like that, because my job calls for that. I think that's a little far, because then you're dipping out of business and into personal, if that makes sense.
I mean, that's fair, but they're just talking about the union members. So, I mean, I'm sure the kids are fine. Would that be a dilemma? Would SAG-AFTRA be like, your kids are breaking some rules.
Is your
so
kid
you breaking
Michael
the rules?
Myers? I mean, maybe.
Like, are you trying to give the studio some more ammo? What the fuck? Like, that's not.
Take that shit off, man. You're embarrassing yourself.
Slaps the kid. It's like, jeez. I hope that's not the issue. I know that they're mostly talking about the members. So, I mean, at this point, if that's as far as they have to go, it's kind of like, well, now you're just ruining Halloween at this point. But at the same time, do you really have to dress up as Barbie? I mean, Barbie's an actual. That's why I say Margot Robbie didn't sell the movie. It was the Barbie brand. But I like maybe what's his name? Jeepers Creepers, Jason. Like that. Those are just like scary icons, right? That should be
produced by big people. That's the thing. That's the weird part.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to do your research to be very accurate. And they say animated characters. So like, what's the difference between animated Shaggy and live action Shaggy? You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess as long as these actors really just don't post a picture, because that's really gonna just be like, aha.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
As long as they're, if they're behind a mask anyways, they're not gonna know.
Dress up as gaming characters. That'd probably be the best bet. Gaming or animated.
Five Nights at Freddy costumes finna be hot next year probably.
I
don't think this year because the movie's gonna come out around that time.
Like dress up. I guess this will be the year to be creative then. But yeah, how would you tell the difference between Elvis from a documentary series versus Elvis in the movie?
It's the way you dress up, man.
How?
If you make
if you're dressing as Elvis, and Austin Butler's Elvis wore an Elvis outfit, you're gonna look the same.
Well, it's kind of like if you dress up as Harley Quinn from the animated show. Like way back when with the gesture outfit is way different than wearing one from the big studio that was the Suicide Squad or the Suicide Squad. James Gunn Suicide Squad
2016
or whatever.
And 21.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a fine line to walk. Like I understand the reason why, but it'd be a little weird.
Yeah, but they're going to have to abide by them.
Why don't you just dress up and be like, "No, I'm generic guy. I'm generic Michael Myers."
Well, that's what I'm saying. As long as you wear something with a mask, how are they gonna know is you?
Basically, they're not gonna do it and then be like, "Holy shit, Tom Cruise! What the fuck?" Like
you're gonna see them policing the streets, ready to hand out tickets. Like I know I'm making a joke about this, and it's not a joke because they really are on strike. And I even heard like George Clooney and everybody that they donated some more money.
Oh yeah, they apparently they were the A-listers that people were talking about went up there. And they were the ones trying to help negotiate, and then they turned them down, saying that it has to come from the studio's funds, not their personal funds, if that makes sense.
See, and that's an issue.
But there was
right?
like $1 million like each to like hold the contract for whatever. But they were just like, it can't. It has to be with the studios, SAG-AFTRA or not SAG, the AMPTP. That's what they were saying.
See, and that's a problem. So, but not buckling, and then having a. First of all, it's kind of like it's just a holiday. It's a holiday everybody celebrates.
Yeah.
So
policing that shit is a little weird.
Yeah, that's where I kind of feel like that's
why it doesn't become. It's not business at that point. It's more personal.
Yeah, you're putting it in the middle of people's lives, and I understand like not to promote it or whatever, but
it's a harmless costume.
It's costumes. It's costumes for people. I don't see somebody's costume and be like, I need to go watch that movie right now.
Yeah,
Netflix.
I'm more you're just like, hey, that's pretty cool. I recognize that person from so and so, and then that's
like,
it.
Hey. Fucking Michael Myers gained some weight, bro.
Clearly he's Michael from Halloween 4 or something.
Like wow, that Power Ranger is a little too skinny. I don't know what's going on there. Is that a tiny it? Like there's
decided to cosplay as Kid It today.
Yeah, I see people and I'm just like I don't think like damn I really want to go watch that movie. I see them and I don't see some random person in a superhero outfit and be like, that's Henry Cavill. I want to go see Superman. It's not like that. It's more just having fun.
Clearly your neighbor isn't, you know what I mean?
So I would say this is where SAG-AFTRA is going a little too far. Yeah. That's just my opinion because Halloween is a holiday.
Yeah, it's a little too personal for them to be drawing that line, if that makes sense. Now, if they're willing, one could argue, hey, but they're taking it personal and, they're not doing anything else. They're on the picket line, whatever, spending their personal time to pick it. And then to which point I say, sure, but it is their job on the line. So I don't think it is. and they're not obligated to be out there, but they are. What do you call it? But at the same time, I can tell you, fuck off. No, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for them to be dipping their toes into something personal like costumes and shit.
I think it should just be a trend then that everybody just dress up like ghosts and spiders and shit.
I know. You're gonna have a bunch of ghosts.
Yeah,
just people in white sheets.
Yeah, people with
white
white
look
sheets.
Like a Klan's
holes.
fucking meetup or something. No, like, you know what I mean?
What?
The Klan meets up on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh my god, what the fuck? They're all striking in the front. They're all saying boo. What the fuck is going on out there? In front of Warner Brothers? What the fuck? Either which way, that's where I find where the line is kind of getting crossed. But I mean, I guess AMPTP, all this stuff is crossing lines. People aren't getting paid on both sides at this point because they're starving them for attention and money because they're not promoting anything. None of the Marvel's cast is gonna be there on the red carpet, and Fahy was just talking about it the other day that it's a tradition for all actors to be there at the red carpet premiere. So people are hurting on both sides. There's no reason to go and put a holiday in there. Just be like, go have fun today. Don't worry about the strike. Have fun with your kids. Go get some candy. Have fun. Whatever. No. Oh, here's the guidelines. And by the way, we have police.
We have police. We will be trained on your location if we see you in a popular outfit.
They're gonna if you're distinguishable like The Rock, you can't go out in a costume and act like you're not in a costume, right? Either which way, that's going to be interesting to see how that's handled on Halloween. And I know a lot of people are quick to be like scab, so I'm going to be waiting for those posts on Twitter like, oh, look at Margot Robbie being a scab for dressing up as Beetlejuice or something. I don't know.
Some shit like that.
We'll wait for those. That's going to be good. Moving on, though. If you're not sick of them just yet, sequels, remakes, live-action adaptations, Disney live-action adaptations.
Yeah.
Apparently, rumors going around, things are being perpetrated and told to us that apparently they're very serious, and after Frozen 3, a live-action Frozen could be coming into this world. How do we feel about a live-action? I mean, they're doing it about Moana already. We already seen The Rock talking about The Rock. We already seen The Rock talking about that. Now a live-action Frozen right off the bat, after Frozen 3.
Sounds ridiculous. I'm not. I can't vibe with this, dude. I'm really tired of them trying to redo all this stuff. I don't want to see. You're gonna give me Olaf as a real snowman? He's gonna be animated too. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm not really rocking with this. Maybe this one only because it actually has people in it, and it's not animals and whatever else.
Yeah.
So maybe, but at the same time, I'm tired of them. After the way the Little Mermaid left us, I don't have faith in any of this. And then you got what's her name running around as Snow White. Like, you can't. You got to do better. You can't do this.
Yeah, she's getting her karma though. Apparently, it really has sailed for that Peru thing. Apparently, a lot of these outlets are barely coming out with Rachel Zegler being off of that Paddington 3 or whatever.
I've seen it.
We've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah, we've been on that shit.
Yeah, so if
she's not in Paddington.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't been following, follow us.
Yes,
we talk about it
so
first.
early on shit. Dude, you have no idea.
It's insane. It's insane. We go listen to it. We have clips on Instagram. We've called it
Paddington.
It's insane.
Paddington 3 is moving without Rachel Zegler, which is fucking hilarious.
That's funny as fuck. That's funny only because the way she was talking sideways and shit, and like, I understand, empowerment and stuff, but if you haven't noticed, a lot of people have been rejecting that from Disney's fan base.
Yeah.
Because of a lot of Disney in general has a lot of people. They have the older generation, which honestly built Disney. Let's be honest. The older generation helped Disney get to where they're at.
Those Disney adults are not playing about their shit.
Yeah, and now these days, obviously they're coasting off of this generation or whatever, but they're not as dedicated as the older fan base.
They wouldn't be doing remakes and stuff if they were.
They're doing remakes to try to appeal to a new audience. That's what they want to do. But the thing is that they're not understanding that their old audience hasn't left this world yet. We're still here, and we're expecting it to not only adapt with the times for them, but for us as well. And so Frozen being something that I believe the first one came out, in 2012?
Fuck, dude. I don't even...
11?
That sounds about right.
It's been about 10 years or so.
Yeah, since the first one.
Yeah, and the second one came out in 2015 or something, I believe.
Let me see.
Just double check that, but they're going to have to bring it up with the times too.
2013.
2013. Oh, okay, so it's been already 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 10 years and some change when the actual live action comes out.
We just got the second one. And I guess the third one. I guess it's on track, but I mean, no one's forgotten the first Frozen. No one forgot the Lion King. No one forgot the OG Little Mermaid.
I actively try to forget the first Frozen.
Okay, that's true.
That shit was playing everywhere.
That shit was a plague when it came. Yeah.
That shit was on repeat. You see it everywhere. Schools. I know the place where I was working at the time when that movie came out. That shit was always on TV.
It's Christmas music now.
Yeah.
Once December rolls around, you're gonna hear that shit in the supermarket.
I'd be hearing little covers of "Let It Go" up in the fucking speakers. I'm just like, damn.
That song and Mariah Carey duke it out. I know.
How do retail people do it? That's a genuine question for whoever listens and is a retail worker.
It
bro,
sucks.
I be just in the store for 30 minutes or less or whatever, and I'm just like, this music doesn't stop. At first, I'm kind of like, okay, and then it's just another one.
Yeah, no,
another
it
one?
sucks. It's all the same shit on repeat. You got Jingle Bells, and then you got the Heat Miser one, the Mariah Carey. A lot of Mariah Carey.
Oh. Mariah Carey high pitched in the store.
A lot of Mariah Carey. And then it's just the older Christmas songs at that point. And it's never any updated ones because I don't think there's any new. I don't think I've seen anyone update Christmas music like that.
The Hobby Lobby. I went to Hobby Lobby towards the end of November last year, or the year before, or something like that. I don't go that often, so I can remember it if it's a trip to Disneyland. And when I went, they were playing some songs from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I was like, "This is a fucking change of pace." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is different. They're right between Christmas and Halloween. I get this.
I'd want to hear what's this. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, and so I was like, "That's cool. That's different." But then after a couple of those songs, they went back to generic Christmas music or whatever, and I was just like, "Damn." It is what it is. At least they get a little break. Yeah,
you know? They sprinkle it in.
But either which way, I don't think we're ready for Frozen. I don't think anybody's... At least me, I'm not ready.
Yeah,
I'm not. I wasn't really cool with the first one. And to be honest, I got all boys. So they're not going to even want to watch this straight off the bat. Probably watch Sonic 3 or something, you know?
Yeah, when that... Yeah. That was going to have a shadow. It's going to be great.
That's probably delayed too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You think Jim Carrey's going to come back for that one?
I would hope so.
I know he said that Sonic 2 was his last movie, but can Sonic 3 be his last movie?
Maybe. They'd have to really invest in in Shadow or something like that to get into their deeper mythos, I guess. But I don't know.
Damn.
I hope he come back. That'd be pretty good.
I know
Eggman is really good.
I know you're excited for Sonic 3.
Oh, yeah.
You're like Sonic's cousin with how much coins you be dropping is insane.
Shadow. I want to see Shadow. It's going to be good.
Honestly, me too. When they teased them at the end of the movie, that actually got me hyped. The first one just had me interested because the Sonic looked cool. And to be honest, when people bullied the studio and they changed their mind, I was just really into it. And then Sonic 2, I was coasting through. I really liked Tails and Knuckles. But then at the very end, when I saw Shadow, I'm like, I'm in for Sonic 3. Yeah. If they were just all right, here's the bait. Are you gonna take it? I fucking took that bait, bro. Yeah. I'm on the hook right now.
I know. Unless they pull an X-Men and they don't bring him in for the third one or whatever, that's a whole different story.
Damn.
But I hope they have the balls to go with Shadow.
I mean, Shadow doesn't tote pistols and shit like that.
Well, no.
It'd be cool.
That would be pretty cool. Like the game.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's just a game, right? He doesn't actually tote pistols.
Like the game. That shit would be crazy. Yeah. He's just running and just... That'd be insane. Drive by, that'd be crazy.
Paramount, no balls.
Yeah, no. You won't give Shadow a gun.
No balls, Paramount.
Zack Snyder's Shadow.
Damn. They're hiring him today. So Frozen's in the works. they're already talking about it. That shit's probably gonna happen. There's no stopping it. If you're just not done with sequelitis, well, we're getting more sequels, and we're getting a Zootopia sequel. The first one was fine. That's cool with me.
First one was fine.
I don't like the way this producer's trying to sell this shit, because he kind of selling it. Obviously, he is a producer. He is a suit. He doesn't know how to really he doesn't really know how to promote anything, but it's really got a lot of people thinking, and honestly, me too. Is it actually going to be something different? So he's saying, and this is one of the executive producers for Zootopia, Brad Simonson. He said, talking to the direct, that he's all super excited about what they're bringing to the table. It's a world that I was a part of the first movie, and it was one of the most amazing experiences in my life, to be honest. He continued to hype up the upcoming film, stating that Zootopia 2 is going to take it to another level and be, as you know, as good or better than the first. And I'm like, that just sounds like, isn't that the goal?
Yeah. You want your second one to be better than the first one. It's rare when it happens, but yeah, I don't know. That sounds very generic on his part.
You literally just said what everybody wants is, well, everybody wants a better movie than the first one.
Yeah. Again, that's rare.
Yeah. But everybody settles for as good as the first. Mm-hmm. Or be like, oh, well, it was just a little bit better than the first. Yeah. Or, oh, whatever. I mean, I hear some kind of debate about Shazam and Shazam 2 sometimes. I'm like,
man, Shazam 1 is far better than the second one. I can admit that. I like Dr. Sivana as a villain way better than like those random ass witches.
But Helen Mirren, bro, she brings some sauce to the fucking film, bro.
She's like the only one. Yeah, she can't carry that shit all the time.
She handed Zachary Levi an old ass whooping, bro. If that doesn't give you points, bro, I don't know what to tell you.
No.
But either which way, he's saying in a generic fashion that this movie is supposed to be good and or better.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me, because if you're putting out a sequel, like they're making a Toy Story fucking 5, if you're putting out a sequel, justify that sequel. And if you're going to hype it up to be like this best thing. Like, oh, we're really doing something different, taking it to another level with this one. We're going to give the bunny a gun. I don't know what the fuck. Like, just something that's going to, like, raise the bar and get people hyped. My examples are kind of extreme, but you guys know what I mean. Something good that'll, like, just bring people into the door.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that would be the best bet. But no, this just sounds generic. It sounds just like, oh, yeah, no, it's going to be great. I'm not going to give you any details, but no, it's going to be amazing. But, like, we don't know that. Everyone wants the sequel to do better. And, I mean, I don't know if a sequel to Zootopia will be better.
I don't think anybody wanted a sequel to Zootopia. It kind of ended fine. I literally just finished watching this movie today.
I know. I think it did end fine, too.
It's just everybody's happy.
One and done. Yeah, one and done.
The bunny got what she wanted. She's a cop now.
Yeah.
Congratulations. The fox is no longer a thief. What is their arcs now? No, nothing. Because you guys didn't plan anything. You guys are just taking movies that made a bunch of money and making another one.
Yeah, trying to do it again. It's not going to work. Use that to create another good movie.
And to be honest, it could work. It could work if they jump on the hype when it's fresh. This movie came out, 2016? 2017?
Yeah.
Why are we barely announcing a sequel?
Yeah. They weren't prepared for this.
Sing came out with a sequel like this as soon as it made money. Despicable Me, Minions, the spin-offs. Yeah. Like, they Universal's killing it. They say, hey, this is a demand. We're putting out a movie and keeping us relevant. In between, they're giving us little sprinkles. Secret Life of Pets, Sing. They're putting out all this animation stuff, and they're giving us a break from franchises by putting a different movie from a different franchise that is also an animated movie from their department out there. That's why Universal's killing it over there. What's the studio called? Illumination?
Illumination.
That's why they're fucking killing it over there. Disney don't know what the fuck they're doing at this point. Because they don't know what the fuck the people want.
They're out of ideas, for sure. They're going to rehash things that don't need rehashing. Frozen, whatever else. Little Mermaid, Snow White. And then they're going to give useless sequels like this just to watch them bomb when they could be creating new stories for these next generation and that appeal to the Disney adults and stuff that are still watching. They just don't know how to pick a lane. No one was asking for a Zootopia 2.
And like we have good original movies that could probably actually get a sequel, like Onward. Onward could probably get a sequel. I feel like that one kind of perfectly was kind of setting up something like that, but ended in a good way where it could stay in that same spot, but they can add more story to that. But that one bombed. Why? Obviously because of COVID or whatever. That's fine, but they just send it straight to streaming, and it just obviously it was a graveyard at that point. Like,
and then the ones I think the dude deserve a sequel. Like I can't, like, I was really looking forward to Inside Out 2. They take forever. They delay or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Inside Out 2 is like that if they're gonna make a sequel to that should have been out forever ago. That one came out 2018 or some shit like that. Why are we in 2023?
Haven't heard anything about it either.
Nothing.
I don't know. They don't know.
Couldn't even get the whole cast back either.
Yeah, they don't know how to pick a lane.
Disney is out of touch with people. I just think that's what it is. They just don't know what the people want.
Yeah.
You have some people okay with what happened in Buzz Lightyear or whatever, and then some people are complaining about the one kiss that happened in Buzz Lightyear. You know, and
it makes no sense.
They're like, well, who do we appease? Who's the majority? And it's like, well, Disney, you're not really making solid movies in the first place at this point, to the point where, you know, because like that was another remake sequel spinoff that they put out, right? That I seen, and I was like, you guys fumbled the bag. Regardless, it's not even about the kiss. It's that stupid ending. Zurg is Buzz this whole time. How dumb is that? How dumb is that? Like, oh, sorry, spoilers for Lightyear, but if you guys haven't seen it,
I didn't even know that shit.
Yeah, Buzz is Zurg the whole time. That was the dumbest shit. I was like, no, we could have probably done something better that would have really set it up or whatever. And, you know, I mean, they kind of played with it in Toy Story 2 when he was like, I am your father. Yeah, he's like, no, whatever. We get it. That was a joke. They were toys. But, like, you guys could have done something a little bit more, makes people more invested, not just, oh, this is my evil self. I don't know. Their animation department hasn't been killing it too much. I know Pixar has been doing their best. I would say Pixar has been trying their best. It's just Disney animation is where
for sure
they don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what they think they're cooking. It's definitely not good though.
Apparently, to the producer, it's gonna be exciting. We're gonna see something different. I don't know.
I'm just trying to pitch Incredibles 2 for Zootopia.
I've been waiting for Incredibles 3. They should have capitalized off the success of Incredibles 2. Gave us 3 by now.
Maybe.
But no, nothing. But moving on, J.K. Rowling back into some hot water. She's kind of in the middle at this point. I don't know. She's standing on a hill and dying on it, choosing to die on it. But some people are saying, hey, you know what? You're not completely in the wrong for what you're doing at this point, which is weird.
What the fuck? They're just like, maybe she has a point.
So the UK, I guess, is trying to pass a law. Mm-hmm. The Labour is trying to pass a law that misgendering will be an imprisonable offense over there where J.K. Rowling lives. So if you choose to not adhere to one's pronouns, you can go to jail.
Dear God.
So a lot of people started tagging J.K. Rowling and saying, you know, she should go to jail. A lot of mean comments. I've seen it. I'm not gonna pull them all up, but you know, I've seen them. It is what it is. Where she decided to tweet on, or X, whatever the fuck, I don't know.
She was tweeting.
Even this article has Twitter/X. Like, they don't even know what to call it.
It's Twitter.
She said, happily do 2 years if the alternative is compelled speech and forced denial of the reality and importance of sex. In another tweet, she wound up saying, if genders is a spectrum, what's the point of jumping from one to another? That was another thing that she decided to say as well. Enraged some people, but then some people were like, well, maybe she has a little bit of a point there. And obviously, we're not going to get into the political stuff.
Yeah,
I don't want to dive
that
into
shit
that.
For Ben Shapiro. Fuck that.
Is she one of these people like Dave Chappelle, Bert Kushner, the dude we were talking about the other day, the one that who basically scabbed, what's his name, John Mayer?
John Mayer.
Yeah, he basically saying what he wants, doing what he wants. People try to cancel him, but people still are in his corner. Is J.K. Rowling getting that kind of support now?
Yeah, that's the thing about these people, Dave Chappelle and all that. Like, just say what you want to say, and don't let it affect anything that you're doing, like your Twitter followers or whatever, your fans, so on and so forth. Just know that
some people will agree with you.
Some will, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because those people and that platform aren't real. Oh no, I said something controversial on Twitter. I'm gonna turn off my Twitter. That's it. And then
you can just turn it off. It's not like, okay.
That's what Dave Chappelle does. That's his whole reason. He's like, I don't give a fuck what they say on Twitter because Twitter isn't real.
I think there's a fine line.
Doja Cat was in hot water for what she said to that fan, and she's still making music and getting listens. She didn't apologize for shit.
She did apologize.
She did?
Yeah, she came out. She apologized. She said sorry. Yeah, I know. She tucked her tail in. Of course she did.
I thought that devil...
She really said some shit that really was hurting her. A lot of her Instagram pages, a lot of her fan pages or whatever were deleting themselves, stuff like that.
I thought that devil song was a big like clapback to them or whatever.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or whatever.
That's what I thought.
I know that she apologized.
I didn't know.
That's what I heard.
Oh boy, then she couldn't stick to her guns. Whatever.
It's not that she's not sticking to her guns. She's just apologizing because she felt like it said it was in a harsh way. She even corrected herself. She just said she meant for the people that say they fuck with me but don't actually fuck with me or whatever. Blah blah blah. Fake fans. Whatever.
That's
blah
so
blah.
dumb, dude.
Yeah. Cop outs, bro. Cop outs. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But J.K. Rowling is standing on her shit.
Yeah.
I think there's a line. You could believe what you want to believe, but there's a line. Like you can't be Kanye West annihilating the Jews type shit. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You can't, like, that's not okay. That's way too far.
Obviously that's too far.
Like, what is wrong with you, my man?
Rein him in. Give him his meds.
There's something crazy with that dude. And then, like, obviously you can't be like certain people that think that they could do whatever and they're above the law. It's not like that. But if you have an opinion and think like she does, where she believes, gendering or whatever, and she wants to stand on that and say, you know what, this is what I believe. Who are you to tell me that I can't be like this? Roseanne is a good example. I get it. She can't keep her mouth shut. She says a lot of shit. She should probably keep her mouth shut half the time. But she is somebody who would stand on her shit too and believes whatever she wants to believe. If she would just keep your mouth shut and just, have times to say it. J.K. Rowling had only started this, from what I recall, when the whole transgenders were able to do sports and shit like that. Mm-hmm. That's when she came in and chimed in and did all that stuff. And, people are still in the public eye who disagree with that till this day. So I just think that she said it in a harsh way. I think that she went about it in a rude way. She even attacked fans, or a couple fans, and that's why she had a big wave of backlash.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she's standing with her shit, and now she's getting people that are actually standing in her corner, it seems like, and are actually helping her. And this all just happened over the weekend. So this, this is just, this is still developing. We're
just like, wait. She kind of has a point.
Like, she might be cooking. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess it just depends on status and where you stand on certain things. Because, again, Dave Chappelle, he just doesn't care. And, again, he was misconstrued because of his jokes. Yeah, whatever. Because of his jokes. The way you call it. People were calling him all types of things when that wasn't the case and they weren't really paying attention. They just heard something controversial and were like, oh, jumped on it immediately.
That's obviously bad.
J.K. Rowling is a different type of person. I mean, what's her name didn't survive her canceling. The chick from Mandalorian. What is her name? The wrestler chick.
Oh, Gina Carano.
Gina Carano didn't survive her shit. She's making right-wing content now for whatever reason.
She made a horror movie for Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She's doing all that. She has a job somewhere, but it just depends on how you say things and what you say. Like, Whoopi Goldberg is still doing TV after what she said about the Jews, I think. She said something about the Jews, I think. I can't remember what she did.
Yeah, she still is on the
It just depends. I guess it just does depend on how you come and how you say things. And,
if you leave it alone.
Yeah. Like, hey, don't say that shit knowing you have a book to promote or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be like, who would hate this book? the trans, and then you start a bushfire. Now your book can't sell. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like you just gotta come politically correct. And sure, there's no way to like come about that kind of topic. It's always a hot topic.
Yeah.
You just have to tiptoe, kind of.
This one's kind of a big one, and you don't have to go super deep. We can move on afterwards if it's like, obviously I don't want you to go into super detail about it, but when somebody takes your property, right? Like J.K. Rowling made Harry Potter. They take your property. She makes it a certain way.
Yeah.
And because of her comments, they decide in a video game that they were going to put a transgender that belongs under her name, but is, obviously it's under their property. They can build it the way they want. Do you think that was fair or not fair? Or that should she have been fuming because of that?
Yes and no, because I mean she signed up for it. I don't know if it's based on her world, so sure. But if someone else is coming up with the ideas and doing the creative shit and whatever, and just using the Wizarding world she created to like just make that platform, she has a bit of fuming. But at the same time, she didn't make any of the characters, any of the plot, whatever. She just made the world around them. So I mean, she can't really fume at that. But at the same time, it has to be some gangster shit and some real sneak distance at that point to be like, hey, I'm gonna put this motherfucker in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just watch her fume at that point.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, sure, she at some point she could totally be like, hey, those people don't exist, let alone they'll be magic people. But then, someone else can take her shit and just be like, that's not true.
That's true. Yeah.
Because if she wasn't in the creative process other than just lending them the IP of the wizard world, all the characters are original, no Harry Potter involved, whatever, like, who's to say that can't happen?
I guess you have a point there. Yeah.
But again, I truly believe that is some real gangster shit. Like, that is a real sneak dissing.
That somebody just put that shit in there?
Yeah, that's some real sneak dissing.
That's I find it to be hilarious as well, but, I mean, J.K. Rowling is going to have to just deal with that shit.
She's going to have to deal with it.
Moving on, though. James Wan, finally, we're getting words from him. We're finally going to hear about Aquaman. He's sticking to his guns with what he said last time, it seems like, about the reshoots being a normal thing.
Yeah.
And continues to sing a different tune than what other people in the past have said about executives and Warner Brothers and all that. So speaking of Empire Magazine, he basically spoke about the tone, what's going to be happening with this movie.
Yeah.
And was asked about the reshoots that happened within Aquaman 2 and the Lost Kingdom. So James Wan, and this was his quote right here, "I've had to learn more zen in dealing with all of the noise around me for sure. I'm a pretty private person. I don't get on social media and have fights, but it's difficult because this narrative has emerged that is not the reality. The noise is fun to write about and it gets clicks, but people don't know the truth. There may have been a change in leadership over at DC, but Wan gives the impression that he felt secure in realizing his vision for the sequel and maintaining the epic, eccentric tone he had established in Arthur Curry's first outing. Look, I'm a collaborative filmmaker. I welcome people's thoughts and opinions," Wan says, "but ultimately I feel I have more than proven myself, so it was like, this is the movie I want to make." With regards to reshoot, Wan argues that there was a line with what's expected for a film as big as scale as Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Wan says we probably did 7 or 8 days, which is nothing for a movie of this size. It was just spread out because it's so hard to get your actors back once you finish the initial shoot. On these extra days, Wan reminds us you can only spawn something new and exciting. James Wan continues to say, "I built an entire franchise from a reshoot," and he refers to The Nun. Obviously, he decided to put The Nun into The Conjuring 2 last minute. I believe he said when the shooting had wrapped up, people left the test screenings and were like, what the fuck? So he added The Nun last minute. Took him about 10 days of reshoots or something like that, and it wound up becoming a big hit. Got 2 spinoffs off that bitch. The second, oh well, that's different. That's different. Down the line is different. He did start something. So he says that it's hard to get everybody back. He obviously built the franchise. He also goes on to say that if you can't be locked into the mentality that your art will be the same as it was when you first started. It needs to go through the motions. That he was asked if there was a possibility to direct a movie in James Gunn's DCU, the third Aquaman film. He said, I haven't directed a third movie in the series before, so I'd be open to doing another Aquaman if I got the same freedom I've had on these first two. I'm not sure what direction Gunn and Safran are going in, though, so who knows? I've learned never say never. And then we got a little cover art.
He's
sticking to his guns.
This is going to sound fucked up, but the only reason he probably went untouched is because he made $1 billion. He made them their change.
He probably hit him with the...
He's the Holy Grail.
He was like, oh, you're really going to tell me what to fucking do? You didn't see the movie I made last time?
Yeah. I'm sure that's why he went unfazed in the whole shit. What do you call it? He made $1 billion, and rightfully so. He's a great director. It's just like you can tell that you won't fuck up with someone who kind of brought you $1 billion. But that's probably it, man. I don't think there's much to it other than that. As far as the reshoots go, I mean, I guess that happens, and you're not gonna run into interference if you made the fucking company $1 billion. Hamada was probably just like, we ain't gonna touch this motherfucker. We're gonna let him cook. And then same thing, Bob Iger was probably just like, we're gonna let him cook. And James Gunn, it's too late for him to touch anything.
It's fucking horseshit, dude. It's fucking horseshit. It's fucking horseshit. He's bullshitting, bro. He's bullshitting. I'm gonna tell you why. It wasn't just 8 days. This whole time, this movie has been done, tagged, bagged, done filming since 2021. This movie has had multiple reshoots on multiple occasions, and it was not just 8 days. He says 8 days as in it was scattered through 8 different days. That's why that you would hear, reshoots in the summertime, reshoots this time, whatever. Bull fucking shit, guy. That was 8 different rounds of reshoots for multiple days. Mm-hmm. He's fucking lying. It's not cut and dry. He's sticking. That's why I said he's sticking to his guns. It's fucking horseshit. There's no way that happened.
I mean,
he had so many different.
Yeah, he's not gonna shoot himself in the foot.
Ben Affleck came in. He shot a scene, got cut out. He had to shoot another scene that's gonna take more than 8 days.
Yeah, especially if he's doing other projects too.
That it's a load of horseshit. I don't know why he's trying to save face. I'd personally fucking throw Warner Brothers under the bus, but. Maybe it's because of the good relationship with The Conjuring. Maybe they cut him a deal with the Conjuring universe. Maybe it helped with his production company. I don't know what kind of deal they're cutting this guy, but he's being overly modest about it for whatever reason. How is it that everybody else walks out of there saying that they've had X, Y, and Z problems, and he goes unfazed? Yeah, he made $1 billion movie. That hasn't stopped him before. They fucked over Nolan. Nolan left. He's made multiple $1 billion movies for these people. It's I don't know why Juan's sugarcoating it. I think that he needs to obviously keep his mouth shut about Aquaman 3. That's something that he was just like never say never about. But because obviously they have different plans,
they're not gonna,
so that's something. That one right there is cut and dry. I already know about that. But I don't know why he's saving face when it comes to the whole reshoots and having his vision. Because once that shit bombs, it's going to be a different tune. He's going to have to try to defend himself. Unless he sticks with honor, dies on that hill, and, James Wan's Conjuring universe is now introducing boom, boom, boom. I don't know.
Oh, dude. If Aquaman 3 bombing means I get the laughing man from the Conjuring universe, I'll take that. I'll take that. I was a character I was very interested in to get to witness, and then they took it from me. So I'd be very interested in that. But, I mean, maybe. You could be right. I don't know. Maybe he's just a nice guy.
That could be it, too.
Maybe he's just a nice guy like Zack Snyder, and, he wasn't done as dirty.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's one thing, too. He could just be a nice guy, have honor, and, just be like, look, I came in to do a job. I'm doing the job. I'm not going to badmouth this place, but...
It's already been shot in the foot multiple times.
Yeah, so he could be that, or... he could be a little bit smarter and be like, I'll play that card but you got to have a little bit of chunk of change on the side for me.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be some compensation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I just think it's weird. I don't know why he's standing on that at all. I thought you were gonna catch it too, but I mean, if you believe that it only took 8 days of reshoots,
I totally forgot about all that. But I mean, shit, maybe. Who knows? Maybe all those were just rumors and stuff. Who knows? We don't know.
Help me think of theories, man.
Well, dude,
how are we gonna burn this motherfucker down?
WB is already burning from the inside. There's one man in there with a fire extinguisher. And he probably gonna start another fire soon.
Who's that?
Just James Gunn.
He has the fire extinguisher and he's gonna start a fire?
He might start a fire.
With the fire extinguisher?
Well, probably not. Not with a fire extinguisher. You kind of shoot down my.
You had me
fucking
and you lost me.
You're the one that shut it down so quickly.
I did it. I was wondering.
He's putting out a fire,
and
he might start another one. Whether it be accidental or on purpose, who knows? But once Creature Commandos comes around, or Superman, or whatever the fuck, it's gonna be another fire again.
You have no you you have no faith that his universe is gonna thrive.
Maybe like a good 25%.
So you think James Wan would come back for say he's like, hey, new Aquaman, beginning of the story, we need you to direct the first one, reboot.
No.
You don't think?
I mean, probably not unless he gets the creative freedom.
I mean, he did the first time, right?
Yeah, but not if he gets not if he has to scribble in someone else's lines, I guess.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be like, I want my own Aquaman universe.
That's the problem Gunn is having. I don't think he wants people to have that creative freedom and do what they plan to or whatever.
Gunn said something different. He said at least that they were gonna have that freedom.
Where's his other talent at, man?
Well, I don't know. He's barely starting, and there's a SAG strike.
No, that's no excuse. He got corn sweat. He got actors secured.
He got those before though.
He has actors secured. I'll give him that.
And technically, their contracts don't even exist.
Actors are not as hard to grab as directors. Because directors have been fucked over by WB for the longest.
And that's what I'm saying.
Nolan,
that's where
so on and so
another
forth.
taint is.
But that's the problem. He's saying he has all this shit, but no one wants to work with him. I wonder why.
My boy.
It's not just because of the fire at WB from the inside. It's because he's not giving them creative freedom.
My boy. It wasn't even about James Gunn. We're talking about James Wan. I need to refresh you again. James Wan.
Well, no, we already established that. We know why. From the head of the snake, it's him.
So he's the one who made a deal with James Wan over here. James Gunn met James Wan and was like, listen here. I got a deal for you. And you get a good Conjuring universe.
It's not even S's. It sounds like you're just Mike Tysoning it.
Oh, it's worse.
But yeah, no, probably not. Not if we can't have the creative freedom, because I don't think he'll want to scribble into James Gunn's lines. And then, I mean, even then, does he really need it? Homie could just go back to Paramount with Hamada and make pretty good shit.
Honestly. Yeah, especially if that production company is already doing some business with them, we might get something different, something new. Especially with the horror that they got over there.
I know. Maybe it's time to put the Conjuring universe to bed, because my God,
and
the Nun
the
2
production
is so
company is
ass.
gonna make a live action Gargoyles. Man, we talked about it in the last episode. Go check it out. This guy still doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's insane. I want to choke you out.
You were talking about James Wan, man. We're talking about the Conjuring universe, not a cartoon from the 90s.
He's revitalizing it, bro. He's revamping it and bringing it to a modern audience.
No, it's not Disney. That's not true. Is it Disney?
It's Disney. It's gonna be for Disney Plus.
Shit, yeah, it could be ass. Disney hasn't been hitting.
You shitted on my thing so fast. Why you shit on my thing so fast?
Because it's Disney, dude. We were just talking about their shit live action things.
Look, man, a little optimism. I'm excited for Percy Jackson.
I'm excited for Percy Jackson. But that's because the books had it, and Rick Riordan is right there to be like, hey, no fuckery about. And I don't play that shit.
Yeah, we gotta wait to
it's
see.
like WB could fuck up a Harry Potter universe, but not with J.K. Rowling right there and be like, don't put the trans in there. What do you call it? Netflix is fucking up. Netflix is probably fucking up their live action adaptation because the OG creators left too. So it's just like, hey, you know what I mean? You need the OG people there to keep these motherfuckers in lines. Otherwise, they get trifling.
They get trifling. traveling. But either which way, I don't know why James Wan's lying to these people, Empire and all them.
Yeah.
This is the second time I caught him in a lie. I don't get it. As you recall, and we've talked about it multiple times, James Wan, not 8 days, 8 different occasions, or at least 6 different occasions. One of those. Between 6 to 8 different occasions.
Yeah, I mean, we could try to map it out because, I mean, it was supposed to be out before The Flash. The Flash took its... Oh, no, it was supposed to be out around Black Adam. Black Adam pushed it out because The Rock strong-armed it, pushed it out. It did some reshoots before The Flash.
They pushed them all back in 20... Because they were all supposed to come out in 2021.
Yeah.
Aquaman was supposed to come out in, like, November... Or late August, November, somewhere around there.
Yeah. And then Black Adam was like, nope.
They all got pushed back. They all got pushed back because of the whole fact that they had to reshuffle everything. And Black Adam was the only one that didn't really have connection to whatever else was happening. So that's why they put Black Adam there.
Yeah.
And then they decided to be like, well, we're going to... No, that was the first time. And then they were like, oh, no, we got to push it back again. They wound up pushing it back and reshuffling and then making Aquaman in the very back because that one was supposed to still be in front of The Flash at that time. Left Aquaman in 2022 right there in the October or whatever. That's when we had started about, it's about to be a year or it's already a year. And then that's when Aquaman took a back seat in 2023 all the way back here. So they've had about 2 years worth of reshoots.
Yeah.
And that's not because it took this actor and this actor and this actor. Jason Momoa went back multiple times to go do that the scene in the Suicide Squad. Or not Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. He went to go do another scene in the what's the other? He did another cameo, no?
The Flash?
The Flash cameo. That's another cameo he did. So they've been back.
Yeah.
They've been back multiple times to the Warner Brothers lot to do this shit. So yeah, no, I'm not buying it. You bought it for a second. I'm not buying that shit. Why you buy that?
That's fair. Yeah. Because I forgot about the other issues. Damn, James Wan, he got you lacking.
I got receipts. The slushy's fire. I got receipts. Moving on though, we're going to the world of Star Wars, and Mathew Vaughn's words has got the fandom tearing itself in half. It's fucking insane. So Mathew Vaughn was basically asked on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. I have the clip right here. We'll watch it. What would he touch Star Wars and what would he do? And he basically said reboot. And does it have Star Wars fans in a frenzy? Let's listen to what he has to say. You let me know what you think when he's done.
The Kingsman was the movie. The Kingsman was meant to be a TV.
And to create these worlds. That being said, we've talked about other IP that you've kind of dipped into, whether it's X-Men or flirted with. You mentioned a film that was formative to you early on. Would you ever do Star Wars? Would that be tough to say no to?
Yeah. Well, now not so much.
It's been tainted a little bit. It's a little.
well, it's not just been tainted, and I'm not going to go there. But I would say. For me, doing a Star Wars movie is to play with the characters that I loved. So if they said to me, we'll reboot, do you want to reboot Star Wars and actually have Luke Skywalker, Solo, and Vader, and you do your version of it, everyone would say you're an idiot to try, but that would excite me.
Oh my God. You have a death wish. That's so scary to even contemplate recasting.
It's fun. Why not? Wow. Bond, do you mind Bond?
That's true. That's true.
You asked me who's going to play the next Wolverine.
That's true.
Why are these characters so hallowed that from 77 you can't redo it for a new audience? And that's the story. I mean, Star Wars is the Skywalker family.
Yeah.
All right. And that's where I think they've gone wrong because they've forgot that it's and they've done brilliantly in the TV, but it needs an epic new film, and that's what I would do. I would go, right, everyone's going to go batshit crazy. but let's bring it on, because if you want a new generation, make the movie for them, and the old generation can hopefully make it well enough that they go, okay, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Is there a trend?
Don't touch Star Wars, please. Don't consider Favreau, Filoni. Listen to me, okay? Don't do this. Don't hand him the keys to nothing. No Star Wars, no Vader, no Luke, no nobody. Called them hollow. Fuck that. Fuck him. Respectfully, there's no way. He called those characters hollow. They did not go through 3 movies of development and so much more in the sequels to be put down as hollow. That is some horse shit. That's so dumb. Don't give this man a fucking... He was going to call it stupid before calling it crazy. I would have called him stupid. I would have been like, that's so stupid. That's such a stupid idea. But, you know, you can't call your guest stupid. But holy shit, he was going to say that's stupid.
Yes, because it's basically suicide. You're going to do it, and it's a beloved thing. That you can't do that no more.
Yeah, no.
You would have to stick to...
People who saw the first one are still alive, man.
Yeah, you would have to stick to your guns 100% and fucking ride this wave. And even then, you're going to get bashed left and right. You'll probably get one movie in, and they're going to go back to the Skywalker saga that happened already. He has a point that Star Wars is about the Skywalker saga. That's why I thought Rey was going to be somewhat related. And I think that's what really turned a lot of people off in the sequel trilogy, is that a lot of people thought Rey was going to be related to Obi-Wan, or that, or some shit like that, somewhere related to or close to Anakin Skywalker or something like that. And I think that's where a lot of people got turned off for when it didn't happen. And then they were like, Palpatine, and it was like, what the fuck? What left field storytelling? What the fuck is going on here? And so I think that he has some certain point to what he's saying when he says that. Rebooting would just be suicide. I would even be on board to see a reboot. I'd probably advocate and be like, you know what, let's see where it could go. You know, start from the beginning. We know how the story kind of goes. Tweak it a little bit. You know, get a young Anakin, Obi-Wan, Han, Luke, all that. Revitalize it for a new audience, but you're gonna have to go through the struggle of it has to be better than the original, right? If it's not, you're fucked off rip. You're fucked. If you do something that character is not supposed to be doing, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And so that's another bad thing. So I would be down with this. It's just we're not in a world where we could do that. And I think at this point, when he says they, I'm hoping he means Disney and stuff, because they completely went left field with Star Wars. I will admit that I love Star Wars. Star Wars is my jam, but they literally, like, they could have had a different story altogether and had people come. That's why I hate when they're like, oh, Star Wars fans are toxic. It's not that they're toxic. It's that once Disney bought the property, it started going in a different direction that people were thinking. When people thought it was supposed to go somewhere else, especially because of Legends. Yeah. And what people already had known from Star Wars. They already were building a world in their head because of these books and because of what, you know, George Lucas agreed on with those things. Instead of making new movies, he agreed to these things. Disney gets the franchise, completely goes this way with it instead of following the whatever they already had originally wrote down.
Yeah. I don't know, man. A reboot won't work. We're
suicide.
We're too tied deep into the Star Wars that it's not. A reboot won't work. Just get new characters. Make new characters. Make a new story with them. There's a whole bunch of era in the galaxy far, far away. You can pick one prequel.
You would have to completely move
after
away.
Sequel. Yeah, like do something different with characters that are fresh and new. You don't have to build upon those building blocks because they are hella established, and you touching them is gonna fuck shit up.
And let's be honest, living in a world, living in a world where we already know where the biggest battles were fought and where like the trajectory of the war is turned, you can't really do too much in this timeline where it's super powerful, because simply like, oh, well, how can they do that? And then Darth Vader was just so willing to let the Death Star be so unshielded. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you got to always watch not to ruin another person's story that was already pre-written. So kind of like the MCU, Star Wars is at that point where they've made a lot of movies. We're getting pretty stuffed, you know? Yeah, man. I would say they just got to give us good stories, man.
Stick with Kingsman. Stick.
Mathew Vaughn. Give us the kick-ass reboot.
Oh, my God, dude. That's so dumb. I wish he would just call him stupid.
It's not dumb. It's not a dumb idea.
It's very dumb.
It's a very out-of-the-box idea, and I like I said, I can agree with some of his premise, but I can't just... I wouldn't want to wouldn't want. I would tell him to stick with Kingsman and Kick-Ass only because I don't want him to put himself in that line of fire.
Do you want to die? No.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what you're asking for.
Yeah.
But somebody who, I don't know, maybe could be dying, probably not. I don't know. Sean Levi. He's talked about his Star Wars a little bit. Got a little tidbit from it. A lot of people are taking and running with it, or possibilities, whatever. He was asked while kind of talking about Deadpool 3 about his new Star Wars film, asking if Deadpool 3 is preparing him for it. He says basically it's helping him out, that Deadpool 3 is coming out great. It's coming out to be his and Ryan Reynolds' vision that they planned since the beginning, and that it's really preparing him for his Star Wars film. And then he was asked, since you're close to Adam Driver, could your Star Wars movie be a prequel to Episode 6, The Force Awakens? The Force Awakens, or not 6? What is it? 7. The Episode 7, The Force Awakens, in which Kylo Ren would be back. Sean Levi says, "Your words, not mine. As you know, Adam is a buddy, and I've always been a huge fan of Kylo Ren, but no comment." Doesn't really give us a lot.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people,
little thing,
a little tidbit. I mean, a lot of people say that. Obviously, like how Sean Levi said, him and Adam Driver go way back.
Yeah.
They do. They made movies together. Sean Levi's been killing it. He is working on Deadpool 3. He's the director. I don't know how he's going to do with the Star Wars movie. I do think that he can do good. I've seen his other work. And obviously, if you like Stranger Things Season 4, you're probably going to really like his directing too. I would be down to see a prequel with Adam Driver, 100%. I liked him as Kylo Ren. I honestly thought he was one of the interesting characters, and was really bummed when he didn't become the main bad in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. I mean, I like Kylo Ren. That's the thing. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe give him a movie before Episode 7 or in between 9 and 8. You know, kind of like how they did with Rogue One with the 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Give him something like that. Him trying to find the Wayfinder, something like that. A deeper story from the comics that does him justice, make him a badass or whatever. Don't have to include Rey if you don't want to, because we already know she's been training with.
Shows what he was doing when he was running shit with the Knights of Ren. That'd be nice.
That could be cool. That would be a prequel.
Yeah, I would want to. I mean, he's dead.
That's true.
Technically.
Why him? I mean. Oh yeah, because he couldn't do anything.
He was technically the Skywalker. He should have probably been the one to live, but that's just me.
My goodness. But yeah,
Rise of Skywalker, people.
I think that would have been cool. I think that would have been pretty.
Ray Palpatine,
Skywalker. Him and Kylo Ren could probably do some great work together. I don't know any other property with him. Like, I'm sure he'll kill it as Star Wars in general, but I think seeing more Kylo Ren is probably what got me hyped. But again, yeah, not much to go on, and that's not a guarantee either. So
yeah, no. I mean, if he's playing with the fun of it, the little thought of it, it could be an idea.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure he spitballed it.
Hell yeah,
a good way to work with Adam Driver again. Like, yeah, I'm sure he spitballed.
I think Disney's been trying to figure out a way to kind of capitalize on Adam Driver for a while. I think that's why they offered him the Fantastic Four role. And on top of that, there's been rumors that a Kylo Ren movie was going to be in the works a while ago. It's just nothing's came out because, that kind of move. Yeah. That people didn't really take to the sequel trilogy.
Unless Adam Driver ends up being Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. That'd probably be his
that'd be
Disney
insane.
franchise.
That'd be fucking insane. We got all these rumors and stuff, and I know they said that they probably have casting, but like out of the blue, when the SAG strike is over, they just like, he's our Mr. Fantastic. That'd be insane.
It'd be nice. But Sean Levi getting his Star Wars movie. Can't wait to see what happens with that. Adam Driver as well. I think Kylo Ren is obviously a dope ass character.
Yeah.
I'm always open to seeing more Star Wars, but Disney got to get their shit together as well. We cannot keep getting mediocre shit from Star Wars. And if Sean Levi is going to be a part of this, he better not be giving us some dumb, corny ass shit either.
You better be cooking.
Yeah.
That's
all
we ask, Sean Levy.
Please. But with that being said, that's going to be our last topic for this episode. If there's anything that we didn't talk about that we should have been talking about, a movie that you guys want us to review, show you guys want us to review. If you guys are trying to talk to us, catch a live one of these days, or support us in a big way. Josh, let them know where they can let us know.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. Post new episodes are up. You get us up there for any news or movies you want us to cover. Listen to us anywhere you get your podcast at FilmBros Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, things like that. We're on a bunch of sites. Check us out. Support us in a big way. Buzzsprout, link is in those bios of the social I just gave you. Supporters get special thanks on episodes, perks for the side just for you guys. So we recognize you for helping us out. Go ahead and do that. Buzzsprout. Catch a live every Saturday and throughout the week on Twitch at FilmBros Podcast. So you can be a part of the conversation, and then subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah, and follow us. Go listen to our older episodes. Like I said, we are first on a lot of these topics.
Yeah,
we talk about them first. We've broke down a lot of, predicted a lot of things that actually have been happening within Hollywood. So follow us, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.